Read together. Eternal God, we ask for your help, for our need is great. Our days fly past in quick succession, and we cannot look back without regret or ahead without misgiving. We seek to understand the mystery of our own lives, but our effort is in vain. And when suffering and death strike those we love, our faith all but fails us, and we forget that we are your children. God, help us now to feel your presence when our weaknesses and the storms of life hide you from our sight. Help us to know that you are with us still. Uphold us with the comfort of your love. Our days are like grass. We shoot up like flowers that fade and die as the chill wind passes over them. Yet your love for those who revere you is everlasting. Your righteousness extends to all generations.
אנוש כחציר ימיו, כציץ השדה, כן יציץ. אנוש כחציר ימיו, כציץ השדה, כן יציץ.
O God, what are we that you have regard for us? What are we that you are mindful of us? We are like a breath, our days are like a passing shadow. We come and go like grass, which in the morning shoots up renewed, and in the evening fades and withers. You cause us to revert to dust, saying, "Return, O mortal creatures. Would that we understood whither we are going. For when we die, we carry nothing away. Our glory does not accompany us. Mark the wholehearted and behold the upright. They shall have peace. You redeem the soul of your servants, O God, and none who trust in you shall be desolate."
Adonai madam vatedaihu.
O God, author of life and death, our wisdom is small, our vision short. One by one, our companions, passing along the road of life, disappear from our view. We know that each must walk the same path to the doorway of the grave. We strain to see what lies beyond the gate, but all is darkness to our mortal sight. Yet even the darkness is not too dark for you, O God, but the night shines as the day. You have created us in your image, and made us share in your enduring righteousness. You have put eternity into our hearts, have implanted within us a vision of life everlasting. This hope we cherish in humility and faith, trusting in your endless goodness and your wondrous love. Into your hands we commit the spirits of our dear ones, for you keep faith with your children in death as in life. Sustain us, O God, that we may meet with calm serenity the dark mysteries that lie ahead, knowing that when we walk through the valley of the shadow of death, you are with us, a living friend in whom we put our trust. You are the light of our life, our hope in eternity.
When I die, give what's left of me away to children and old men that wait to die. And if you need to cry, cry for your brother walking the street beside you. And when you need me, put your arms around anyone and give to them what you need to give to me. I want to leave you something better than words or sounds. Look for me in the people I've known or loved. If you cannot give me away, at least let me live in your eyes and not in your mind. You can love me most by letting hands touch hands, by letting bodies touch bodies, and by letting go of children that need to be free. Love does not die. People do. So when all that is left of me is love, give me away.
Life is not fair. The wrong people get sick, and the wrong people get robbed, and the wrong people get killed in wars and in accidents. Some people see life's unfairness and decide there is no God. The world is nothing but chaos. Others see the same unfairness and ask themselves, where do I get my sense of what is fair and what is unfair? Where do I get my sense of outrage and indignation, my instinctive response of sympathy when I read in the paper about a total stranger who has been hurt by life? Don't I get these things from God? Doesn't God plant in me a little bit of God's own divine outrage at injustice and oppression, just as God did for the prophets of the Bible? Isn't my feeling of compassion for the afflicted just a reflection of the compassion God feels when God sees the suffering of his creatures? Our responding to life's unfairness with sympathy and with righteous indignation, God's compassion and God's anger working through us, may be the surest proof of all of God's reality.
It is hard to sing of oneness when the world is not complete, when those who once brought wholeness to our lives have gone, and naught but memory can fill the emptiness their passing leaves behind. But memory can tell us only what we were in company with those we loved. It cannot help us find what each of us alone must now become. Yet no one's really alone. Those who live no more echo still within our hearts and our words, and what they did is part of what we have become. We do our best homage to our dead when we live our lives more fully, even in the shadow of our loss. For each of our lives is worth the life of the whole world. In each one is the breath of the ultimate one. In affirming the one, we affirm the worth of each one whose life, now ended, brought us closer to the source of life, in whose unity no one is alone and everyone finds purpose.
At this hour of memorial, we recall with grief all your children who have perished through the cruelty of the oppressor, victims of demonic hate, the aged and the young, the learned and the unlettered, all driven in multitudes along the road of pain and pitiless death. Their very presence on earth was begrudged them, for they brought your covenant of mercy and justice to the recollection of your enemies. They perished because they were a symbol of your eternal law. Their death has brought darkness to the human soul. They lie in nameless graves, in far-off forests and lonely fields, and the substance of many was scattered by the winds to the earth's four corners. Yet they shall not be forgotten. We take them into our hearts and give them a place beside the cherished memories of our own loved ones. They now are ours. At the rising sun and at its going,
We remember with sorrow those whom death has taken from our midst during the past year. And taking these dear ones into our hearts with our beloved, we recall them now with reverence.
Philip.
At the rising of the sun and its going down, we remember them. At the blowing of the wind and in the chill of winter, we remember them. At the opening of the buds and in the rebirth of spring, we remember them. At the blueness of the skies and in the warmth of the summer, we remember them. At the rustling of the leaves and in the beauty of the autumn, we remember them.
At the beginning of the year and when it ends, we remember them. As long as we live, they too will live, for they are now a part of us as we remember them. When we are weary and in need of strength, we remember them. When we are lost and sick at heart, we remember them. When we have decisions that are difficult to make, we remember them. When we have joy we crave to share, we remember them. When we have achievements that are based on theirs, we remember them. For as long as we live, they too will live, for they are now a part of us. We remember them. God of those who live on earth and those who live in eternity, be moved by our recollections of those we've lost. Find them in your infinite spaces and bring them to your side, that we might know you, shelter them beneath the shadow of your wings, that they might know that we remember them and love them and are touched by them, whether they died this week or long ago. May they forgive us for falling short of what, in their best moments, they had taught us. May we forgive them for falling short of what they wished they could be. Help us honor them in the lives we lead, and may they speak for us as you prepare to seal our destiny in the year to come. Bring their souls into the bond of life and grant us life, a long and healthy, virtuous life, for the sake of our love for them, for the sake of your love for us. The Hebrew word Yizkor means remember. Our people have a long history of performing Azkarah, memorial, by creating a symbol commemorating the loved ones they lost. The oldest Jewish ritual site in the world is the cave at Machpelah, which Abraham purchased as a burial place for his wife Sarah, in which he was buried as well. We create a memorial to our loved ones not because they're ever gone from our memories, but because that cave, that stack of rocks, that symbol is a tangible reminder of an influence that touched us and the world, but that we can no longer physically touch. In honor of your loved ones, we offer this prayer. To this sacred place we come, drawn by the eternal ties that bind our soul to yours. Death has separated us. You are no longer at our side to share the beauty of the passing moment. We cannot look to you to lighten our burdens, to lend us your strength, your counsel, your faith, and yet what you mean to us neither withers nor fades. For a time we touched hands and hearts. Still your voice abides with us. Still your tender glance remains a joy to us. For you are part of us forever. Something of you became a living song upon our lips. And so beyond the ache that tells us how much we miss you, a deeper thought compels. We were together. We hold you still in our minds and give thanks for life and love. The happiness that was, the memories that do not fade, are a gift that cannot be lost. You continue to bless our days and years. We will always give thanks to you. Compassionate God, eternal Spirit of the universe, grant perfect rest in your sheltering presence to our loved ones who have entered eternity. O God of mercy, let them find refuge in the shadow of your wings, and let their souls be bound up in the bond of everlasting life. God is their inheritance. May they rest in peace. And together we say, Amen. We take a moment for silent reflection.
Adonai roi lo ektzal.
Adonai is my shepherd, I shall not want.
Bino sheyarbitze.
God makes me to lie down in green pastures.
Al mei menuchot, al mei menuchot, yenaleni.
God leads me beside still waters.
Nafshi yeshovev, yeshovev.
God restores my soul.
Yancheni b'maglet tzedek. Yancheni b'maglet tzedek. Leman shemo.
God leads me in the paths of righteousness for God's name's sake.
Gam hilech beketz al mavet lo ira ki ata imadi.
Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me.
Shivti u'moi shantecha hemay nachamuni.
Your rod and your staff shall comfort me.
Taroch lefanai, lefanai, shulchaneg tzorei.
You prepare before me a table in the presence of my enemies.
Dishanta vashemen roshi.
You anoint my head with oil.
Kosi revaya.
My cup runneth over.
Abdov v'chesed yerevuni. Kol yemei chayai, kol mei chayai.
Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life.
V'shavti bevit Adonai leholech yamin.
And I will dwell in the house of Adonai forever.
Adonai roi lo echsar. Adonai roi lo echsar.
We remember with sorrow those whom death has taken from our midst during the past year. Philip Brown, Stella Butler, Phyllis Roth Schlesinger Cantor, Eve Childs, Irene Fear, Leonard Milton Glass, Steve Jacobs, Ruthie Louise Kaplan, William Bill Court, Donna Krishover, Joe Levy, Barbara Babs Lowenstein, Joanne Magis, Karen Sue Mendelson, Ann Phillips, Parvin Rabarad, Mary Ann Reese, Judith Rothstein, Richard Rubin, Michelle Rubovitz, Irene Strauss, Bonnie Swade, Leonard Zeskin, and Irv Zwiebelman. Taking these dear ones into our hearts with all our beloved, we recall them now with reverence.
Please rise for El Male Rachamim. El Male Rachamim, Shochen Baromim, Hamsem Rucha Nechona, Tachat Kanfei HaShechina, Im Kedoshim Utorim Kezor Harakia Mazhirim Lenishmot Yakreinu Shehalchu Leolamam Bal Harachamim Yatizim Beseter Kenafam Leolamim Vitrol Vitrol Achayim Et Mishmatam Adonai Hu Nachalatam Vayanuach Beshalom Al Mishkavam Venomar Amen.
Merciful God, God Most High, let there be perfect rest for the souls of our loved ones who have gone into eternity. May they find shelter in your presence among the holy and pure, whose light shines like the radiance of heaven. Compassionate God, hold them close to you forever. May their souls be bound up in the bond of life eternal. May they find a home in you. May they rest in peace. Together we say,
Amen.
At this time, we remember members of our CBT family who have recently passed away. They live on in our memories and in our hearts. We recall an individual laid to rest this past week whose family is in the Shiva period, Barbara Babs Lowenstein, loved one of Lon and Susie Lowenstein. And those recently laid to rest whose family is in the Shloshim period, Joanne Mages, grandmother of Andrew Lenz and great-grandmother of Alice Corbin and Alexander Lenz. We recall those whose yortzites were this past week: Evelyn Bierman, Spencer Brown, Ida Ferber, David Gantman, Jeannie Karch, Bennett Levin, Morris Litvian, Marcus Sickle, Max Stein, and Hilda Zavalo. If you're here to say Kaddish for someone whose name I did not read, please let us know their name so we may include them in our prayers. Zichronam Livracha, may their memories be a blessing. We stand as a community for Kaddish Yatom to support those in mourning. If it's your custom to remain seated, please feel free to do so. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah,
Amen.
v'alma divra chirutei v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayechon u'v'yamechon u'v'chayei dechol beit Yisrael, b'agalal v'zman kariv v'imru Amen.
Amen.
Yehei shmei Rabbah mevarach le'olam olmei olmaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitrumam v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shmei dekudesha b'richu. La'ela min kol berchata v'shirata, tush b'chata v'nechemata, da'amiran b'alma v'imru Amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru Amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav, huyaseh shalom, aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru Amen.
Amen. You may be seated. Thank you so much for your time with us today. If you just need to sit in the quiet, you can do that in this space. We have benches outside. It's a lovely afternoon. Our next service in here will be at 4:30. may you go in peace and in love and in healing. Thank you.